With your pinky
Pinky
out? Because you classy.
Patrick would be proud.
I always tell girls, like, when you give a hand job a blowjob, it's a classic blowjob. Classy. Classy handy.
A classy handy?
Yeah.
Are you like sitting there too with like a monocle? What is that? A monocle? He's like, why yes, sir.
She should wear it as she's doing it.
She's doing it?
That would be a classy blowjob.
Oh, yeah.
Classy blowjob.
Right here.
Oh, wait.
It's like you're jizzing on the Monopoly guy.
Yeah. Do I collect 200? Go to jail.
Fire off my X, and then you can do that, and then we'll cut it short when I get the room ready.
Oh. Wow, setting the mood. Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, I can do it.
All right. Give me,
Here you go, you classy
rainbow.
motherfucker.
All right, I think we can do this. You want to go ahead and...
First Dowdy and DDP,
Yeah.
and that you can go on. All set?
Yeah. Full screen.
Warning. Hashtag DDP Live is for an adult audience. Hashtag DDP Live may contain material that may be unsuitable for sensitive ears. If you are easily offended, run to your panic room now. Listener discretion is highly advised.
Thank you. Please come again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
It is, ladies and gentlemen, time to do it up. The hashtag DDP Live here in the Longbox.FM studios, brought to you, of course, by Riley's Brewing.
Thank you, Riley's. You're a great man.
There is so much involving Riley's from this last week. This has been a week of weeks, man. Ups and
crazy.
downs. Oh, man, I'm super excited.
Peaks and rivers.
Not only do I have everything that we're going to talk about here tonight, but I also just got to do a test run on Skype, and I got to say, hi, Corey Feldman, how you doing? Okay, now I'm hanging up on Corey Feldman. So I got to hang up on Corey Feldman, as a true pro that I am.
Mm-hmm. To see your fangirl.
What? Well, let's be honest, Cotty. It's me. What business do I have talking to anybody? I mean, Art Silva's in the room, and he's a higher lister star than I am. I have no business talking to him. So, I mean, these are moments that I get to go, cool. And I made my son impressed because Corey Feldman, as we know, has a history with Michael Jackson. My son loves Michael Jackson. So I told him walking him to school today, hey, I'm going to be talking to Michael Jackson's friend today. He was like, really? That's so cool. So, Daddy's a stud now.
Wow.
The innocence.
Poor kid. He's going to be so disappointed once he gets old enough to realize the facade of Daddy goes away and, oh, shoot. Anyways, tonight's show, you guys can call in 492-0450. We do have Skype, which we'll answer unless Corey Feldman's on the Skype, and then, sorry, try again later.
You're not coming through.
You can hit us up on the Twitter box by hashtag DDP Live, of course. Mm-hmm. And we got some things, too, that you want to pay attention to as far as giveaways. We got some freebies, tickets, too. And I think, Art, I'll let you give the list. What kind of things are we giving away? It's like your Vanna moment.
I have Corey Feldman, of course, on the 13th.
You're giving away Corey Feldman?
Wow. I'm actually giving away Corey Feldman.
You have a lot of power over him.
Our numbers just shot up.
And then a tribute show the following day, a Tool, Misfits, and AFI tribute show. And then the 28th, they'll have Sid Wilson from Slipknot.
Real quick question on the Tool show. I know it's a tribute show, but do they have new music?
Tool? They actually do.
No, I mean the tribute band, because I know Tool's never going to release new music.
They actually have more songs written down.
We've heard this for 13 years. I'm off Tool. I'll go see the tribute band if they promise something new.
I could try to make that happen.
Okay. There you go. You heard it. If you go see the Tool tribute show, you were going to get to see brand new music from Tool. And there's no way to prove that it's not. Oh, man. And we do still have our offer open. You want free food from Riley's Brew Pub? Free food. All you got to do is hit up Dan Riley. Now, this is important, and some people have been doing this recently. You hit up Dan Riley's Facebook pages, whether the Brew Pub or Dan Riley or Riley's Brewing, and you give him your name and your address, and he'll mail you something. And you're not getting on a mailer, so don't worry. You're not going to get a bunch of ads for Clorox or some crap like that. You're just going to get a free burger. And if you're lucky, you get to eat it with Dan Riley himself. I mean, that's the hopes and goals and dreams for all kids, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we got that going on as well. So obviously, we've talked about it. We got Corey Feldman coming onto the show here just a little bit.
He's right around the corner.
Right when we take our break, we're going to dial him up, and we're on it. The other thing, we have some news. Last week's show, we did a whole thing about dirtbag promoters, right? Specifically, I don't want to name names, but Tully and Amric, and and it's been interesting to see as the week has gone along what the comeback was. Amric has been quiet; he just blocked me, so I think he got the hint.
Right. Yeah.
Tully though. Tully is done not that.
So he's not scared of the manila folder.
Thank you for reminding me. The official kill shot?
Yeah, he's not scared of that?
Now, look, I've got someone who's supposed to text me and say whether or not, yes, it's okay to do this tonight.
Oh.
Okay, I had to go and seek opinion just to make sure.
Okay.
Because this is some heavy shit here, man.
Yeah.
So just know, this is popping. We've got some footage, too, that we can add. Yeah.
Footage.
When Dowdy gets bored...
He starts doxing.
And you piss me off. I'm going to have fun. Look, it could cost me a job. I don't care. I'm going to come after you. You know, I get bored. And that actually leads me to this week's Things We Learned.
Now, it's time to showcase what we have learned in the last week.
I had two things. I have the safe one, and I have the one that's going to set a tone for the night. Cotty, how are you feeling right now?
I'm all right.
Cool. Well, we're going to go with the not safe one. I learned this week while we were having a little hangout party that we do here at the Longbox Studios every Friday night. Thanks for showing up, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
Good job.
Anniversary, whatever.
We had Cotty's birthday party, and we were all having a good time. And, normal behavior, white people sitting around, hands folded, being very polite and gentlemanly.
No torches?
No.
No torches?
No. I didn't light the tiki torches. We were out of the juice.
Oh, okay.
So... At one point, while having some fun, I did something. I did a little something that got Kyle, our sound guy here, IP4, to take a picture of. Go ahead and put that up. Now,
what?
Okay, so Cotty got a little upset at me pretending to do heroin.
God, really?
And I asked you how you're feeling tonight. So IP4 takes the photo.
Wow.
And Cotty, at this point, begins a tirade on IP4. Do not post that. Do not get that out there. I would be upset if anyone and da-da-da-da. Basically, the face she's making right there. But what I noticed as while Kyle and her were going back and forth, I was just sitting there to the side like, somehow I'm not in trouble for any of this. And she said, look, I can't control Dowdy. He's going to Dowdy things sometimes. And at that moment, I also realized I became a verb. And I'm a very happy guy for this. So, so that was what I learned this week, that apparently I can do things and get away with it, and other people will take the heat. Cotty, you had something?
I learned that you can't depend on men because they just don't listen.
Yeah, good job. You learned that. You quick study. We got to wrap this. What you got?
I learned that all dog shelters aren't the best. So this week I actually got a new dog, right?
You idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Yes, you're an
It's an
idiot.
For saving,
dog.
it is an anniversary dog, but we saved it. I don't like when people say I saved it. I adopted the dog. I liked it. My girlfriend liked it. I went into a lot of animal shelters, right? And so we messed up by SPCA has like 3 different buildings you have to go into. Are we going to wrap this up? Is he ready?
Yeah, he's firing off.
All right, well, let's just go.
You're talking about animal shelters, and this is big for him.
I don't care. Let's go.
Let's
get this going.
Let's not. We're not even going to do the outro. Let us go ahead and dial him up. Hit that button up there, IP4. Not that one. The one the one that has the camera. Man, do not hire from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's not going to go well.
Or adopt.
Oh, let's put him up. Hey, look at this. We have Mr. Corey Feldman on.
Hello.
Do you see us?
Oh, there's a little bit of a delay.
Are you there? No!
Uh-oh.
There we go.
I can see you guys.
Perfect.
All right, that's good enough.
All right, we have now. This is a highlight for me. I have Corey Feldman. I mean, I'm 37, so he was in my age range as far as his movies early on, Goonies and all that. And of course, this is huge because I'll be hosting the show coming up Friday the 13th, October, Fulton 55, and this is going to be not only Corey Feldman, but Corey Feldman and the Angels. Can you give us a little on that show and your project?
Well, we've been touring now for some time. This has been a great adventure. We've been working on the Angel Project. I created Corey's Angels like 5 years ago with the idea of just basically helping young female artists to achieve their goals by, facilitating an artistic kind of environment for them to be able to develop their skills, whatever they might be, from acting to music. And through that, we had been working on this solo album, which has been really a decade in the making. When I started the solo album, it was not meant to be an Angel project. It was just a solo album. But after some time, I ended up creating this bigger thing and bringing the Angels in and having them take a big part in the album. And so that's kind of how it all started. And then once the album was released, I felt that there was no better way to really promote all of it than putting together an incredible group of talented female musicians, which is what we did.
All right. Now coming through. Okay, I want to get real serious here with you. There's because look, the world that we live in now, things do get serious, and
things.
I can't think of anyone better than you. I'm sorry. What was that?
I said right now there's a lot of serious things to talk about, that's for sure.
Well, I want to hit you up as far as taking the topic of bullying in a sense.
Okay.
It's one thing that amazes me about a person like you. The amount of that you did the original Angels, Corey Feldman, the Angels on the Good Morning America or that show.
Actually, we'd been doing it for a while already. There was many music videos that came out before that for MTV and stuff like that. And then we had our own talk show actually for a while, which was on Film On, which was an internet-based channel, but it was also on Sky TV in Europe and satellite and cable. It was on some cable networks syndicated. So, I mean, that was like a 10-episode show with the Angels. And then we did a couple live shows. We did a performance at Bonnaroo. But we did eventually, when the single blew up and went to the top 40, that's when we did our first live television appearance, which was pretty crazy.
Well, to roll back where I was going, the bullying stuff, and yes. I've dealt with this, and actually Art Silva here tonight. We're going to be getting into this later on in the show. Being just attacked for who you are, just because you could become a good target for someone who wants to just be an asshole. How does someone like you, such well-known worldwide fame, you get hit with stuff? I got to imagine daily, just the trolls and everybody. How can you handle that as a person? Like, what do you have to do to deal with that kind of abuse?
You know what? To me, sometimes it gets annoying more than anything. And the only reason it gets annoying is because It's not what it looks like. It's not what it appears to be. I believe that a lot of it is much more orchestrated, and I don't think that a lot of the bullies that we perceive as bullies are individuals. I believe a lot of it is honestly bots that are systematically in place against certain people that they want to oppose in the public, and they being, the certain members of the media, certain members of high power societies, what have you. But, it's an organized thing. And we've noticed this because every single time I put out a record, a single, a video, an album, whatever it is, it's this flood of them. And they literally flood my Twitter page for like 24 hours, 48 hours. And then I just sit there and block. So it's, they don't really affect me as much as they do annoy me because I have to block all these people. And I only worry about the fans. I feel like, God, the fans don't need to see this awful stuff. This is terrible because I have a great group. It's called the Feld Fam. And they're like the hardcore group of fans that follow me on Twitter and Facebook. There's like 70,000 of them on Twitter. There's like, 50,000 on Facebook and Instagram. So it's a big group of people, but obviously it's not my worldwide fan base. It's just, this kind of group that's figured out how to follow me and they watch my every move. And so there's a lot of beautiful people in there. And we call them Feld Fam because I really consider them an extension of my family. When we're on the road, we see them. We meet them. I know many of them by name. And some of them have even become part of, working with the company. Like one of the girls, her name is Heather, beautiful lady. She actually helps run my website and created a lot of the website. So she's been working with us for a while now. And then like one of the guys named Wil, he does security. He's an ex-military guy and, is helping us out. So there's a lot of people that have come through us as a network. And, a lot of these people I care a lot about. So I don't want them to have to read that negative crap because it's just insanity and it's just nasty and ugly. Now, that's because I've learned to rise above it. That doesn't mean that for other people who have not had the experience that I've had, that do not understand the politics of it all, and they take it very personally, and they think that there's actually these people out there that hate them. The other part of that is for the real people, the ones that aren't bots, the ones that aren't part of some kind of systematic programming, but are actual, like, whatever you call them, fans that, just say nasty things because they want to go and harass people, because there's those people out there as well. And those people kind of chip in. So as soon as they see one of these attacks happening, they jump on the bandwagon. And, basically to those hate groups or those hate, individuals, that's all they do. That's what they get off on. And the way I see it is they're still fans. Because at the end of the day, we made history a couple times, but we made history most significantly with the Today Show when we got more views in the history of the show than any other live music performance. And it was like 250 million views in a week. It was crazy. Wow. And, that was fueled and propelled by the hate, unfortunately, but that's what it took. And once that first wave ended, then all of a sudden, what they did is they spread the word worldwide about this performance. And then, millions and millions of fans of mine all over the world got to see a live performance, which they've never been able to see because we've never had the opportunity to do it on live television. We finally did. And these people got really excited, and we sold a ton of records, and we've been selling out shows all over the country. We're planning on taking this international next year and selling it out all over the world. So they've done us a great favor in the end, and I really do believe that, as sad and unfortunate as it is in today's society, these people don't know how to express love. They don't know how to express gratitude. They can't just say great job. They think that to get noticed, to get attention, that they have to insult you or they have to say something funny or sarcastic or witty, no matter how disgusting or berating it is, because that's their only way to express that they appreciate you. Which is really sad because that's a mark on society, which shows just how screwed up we are emotionally as a whole, that we can't just tell somebody, hey, I love you, or hey, great job, or hey, that's awesome.
Corey, I got a quick question, man.
Sorry, I ramble when I get into something.
No, dude, I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions because I want answers. With all that, you sound like you try to handle it very well. But tell me, you're Corey Feldman. You have a rage room, right? You got to have something with baseball bats you can smash things with.
Pillows you can punch.
No. What can I say? I have a child, so my child has more rage probably than I do. He's got a punching bag in the back, and he goes off on that thing. But you know, I'm a dad, and I've got my wife, and I live a pretty normal life, and I'm working all the time, and that work consists of constantly working with the band because we end up, you know, changing musicians here and there. So like a new girl comes in and then we've got to start from scratch and teach her all the songs, and it's a lot of work.
I feel like that with my sound guys on this show. That happens. I got a question from you from a fan on our YouTube here. It's Care on Air. It said, wondering what it's been like to act as no one but yourself. No script, just raw on stage.
I love it. I love the direct feedback from the audience. I love working with, you know, the band and giving something live each night. It's a great feeling to give that. And it's also great to feel the audience is giving back because everybody has such a good time at our shows. I mean, our shows are, you'll see, but it's a spectacle in a way, you know, but it's also like watching a live theatrical stage show because it's not just a concert, you know, it's very interactive. There's lots of films, there's lasers, there's smoke, there's even bubbles. I mean, there's all kinds of awesome things, you know, that you can watch that entertain you, but it tells a story and it has a timeline. So once you're in it, you feel like, okay, wow, I'm really learning and kind of following this guy's lineage and his time travel of, you know, his film and music career. So I think it's a really fun journey, and that makes it very unique. So that's what's great about doing it. You know, I love it. We're having a lot of fun on tour.
Follow up, Care on Air also wanted to ask if she's allowed to propose, but we do know that you are married. Which
you know, you're welcome to do it. I don't think it's legal, but you can give it a shot.
Well, actually, I didn't realize something about you, and I know this might be bro taboo here, but you had an ex-wife, Vanessa, and dude, I will bow down just. I was in love with her with 90210, man. So I don't know how to do this smoothly, but cool.
Permission, you can ask her out.
Well, my fiance here is probably going to get mad about it. I'll take the risk.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Well, you know, the thing is, it didn't end well. We didn't have a good relationship. She was having an affair with Prince, and
oh wow,
yeah, so that didn't go well.
Does it feel good to have secondhand prints?
No, actually, he had secondhand Corey.
Damn. Hashtag secondhand Corey.
I salute you.
That's the best fucking line I've ever heard.
Yeah, I was gonna
You're going up notches in my hero list here.
That's
right now,
fucking
man.
awesome.
One more listener question here for you before I get into something else. Tim Lee wants to know, what's the deal with the Goonies sequel?
Well, you can start writing it anytime you want.
Who would play Chunky in the modern version?
Chunk? Well, we wouldn't do the film if it didn't have all the original.
No, it's Hollywood, so they're going to reboot it completely.
Oh, no.
Like Shia LaBeouf is going to play a character in there somewhere.
Chunk's going to be full CGI.
I think he's probably out of the game for the moment. I would say it would probably go to Matthew McConaughey.
Well, Matthew McConaughey is the guy who would put on like 120 pounds to play a role. And then immediately drop it all +5 just to show us all that he's better than us.
Drive away in his
Not only
Lincoln.
that, he might actually get his face surgically altered to look like that is a dedicated man.
Oh gosh.
I can't lose 5 pounds trying. No.
You know what? Me too. I'm the same way. I can't gain weight. Like, even if I try, it doesn't happen for me. I could eat and eat and eat, but I have to actually force myself sometimes because I forget to eat.
All right, you're going down a notch.
It is what it is, man. My body, I'm always working. I burn so much fuel, you know, dancing every day, singing every day, working your stomach muscles. Plus, you know, I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat meat. I'm vegetarian.
Yeah.
So I just live a pretty clean, healthy life. You know, that's it.
Now, well, bringing up on the dancing stuff, checked out the newest video, and at the start of the show, I talked about I walked my son to school today, and I said I'm hanging out with Michael Jackson's friend tonight. Which he's 7 years old, so right now I'm like his biggest. Like, he already loves Daddy, but Daddy just went up like 3 notches.
Right.
You obviously have the inspiration in the videos. You dress very similar to the Michael Jackson stuff. You obviously have a history. We all know about it. Anything you want to share? I mean, this is an opportunity, and I'm sorry I'm pulling away from professional interview here to be like, what's it like growing up in a life where, hey, my buddy over here, Corey, hey, my buddy over here, Michael Jackson, like, you're doing stuff that all of us just get to, like, read about on some shitty magazine at the grocery store as we wait. What's the life like?
You know, I wouldn't know any different. You know what I mean? Like, people say, like, what would it be like, you know, for you to live, like, if you weren't famous, you know? Have you ever thought about what that would be like? And I'm like, how would I know what that would be like? Because I don't know. You know, I was born entertaining, and that's what I've been programmed to do. That's what my whole existence and being is saturated in since the moment that I've conceived anything. I've literally been working nonstop for the last 40 years. So I don't know anything else. You know, I don't know any other life. And for, you know, my friends being my friends, I mean, of course, you know, Michael was a little different. That was one that I actually, you know, I seeked him out to be his friend. It wasn't like it just kind of happened by chance. I was like every other kid obsessed with Michael Jackson, but I somehow deduced in my brain at that time, I have a leg up on all these other kids. And I see him hanging out with other celebrity kids and normal kids, and if anybody's got a good shot at it, it's probably me. So with that deduction, you know, I kind of just like methodically planned my time of when I was going to get a shot to, you know, meet him, be introduced, whatever. And it just so happened that I, at that time, became friends with Steven Spielberg and just so happened to do a couple films with him. And after the second one, it was like, okay, you know, I think I've got the, you know, the gall to go and ask him a favor. And I know that he'd been working on the E.T. album and all that stuff, and they were friends. So that was kind of very public knowledge at the time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, there you go, 2 degrees, there's my in. And I pulled the card and it worked, and there you go. So once I, you know, actually got to know him and you know, it was kind of unreal when you first meet the guy, because it was like, this is really him. He's like standing right here. He's a real person. It's flesh and blood. He's not some cartoon character or, you know, fantasy. It's a real person. And so once you get past that, which takes, you know, 3 or 4 encounters, I think, you know, then you become the real friends. And from that point, we were real friends. And unfortunately, you know, it ended with a falling out that was much like a real friendship would, you know.
I've been through those. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Totally topical question. Who wins in a fight, 16-year-old Wil Wheaton or 16-year-old Michael Jackson?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't want to go there. I'll put somebody off.
You actually stunned Corey Feldman. Good job.
It's going on my highlight reel.
Yeah, say Twitter bio.
I just don't want to piss anyone off, so I'm going to reserve the 5th on that one.
Okay, then let me translate. It was going to be Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Because Wil Wheaton can still respond. So
hey. Michael's estate can respond on some things too.
Oh crap. I've got a few of those envelopes that have been showing up at my door, so I'm used to getting the cease and desist, and yeah, I can handle this. The real serious question, and because I don't want to be a total jerk here, you can just bounce off if you don't want to answer anything. But there was one question I really wanted to talk about, and it's been talked about, but not enough. You talked 4 years ago on the Huffington Post about the Hollywood pedophilia ring, the ugliness, the darkness, child actors. This is something I've always been interested in. Like you get the conspiracy theories to talk about Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington died because they were coming out with something, and as much as it seems malarkey, things, the darkness, the ugliness of a scene like Hollywood, or the moguls, Hollywood moguls, or like those darks. We've heard about Comet Pizza and the politicians. There's this constant thing that keeps popping up, and I'm never going to be afraid to ask these type of questions. Again, if you're not cool or comfortable, we'll move on. But is this a thing? And if so, why aren't more people speaking out like you did?
Well, yeah, I'd rather not get into it because it's not something I'm trying to promote at the moment. But that said, yes, it's real, and I've written plenty about it in my book as to many of these topics. So for further education, you're welcome to check out Choreography. It is available in bookstores, I'm sure, or it can at least be available online from like Barnes & Noble. And Audible.com, you can actually hear me talk about it because I did a narrative in my own voice. So, yeah, it's all there. Everything that needs to be said on my end has been said. I mean, you know, without getting into specifics, because there's no need to get into specifics, because legally, you know, the law is very prohibitive. You know, the one thing that I'll say is that, you know, I have, out of all the harassment that I get from various parties, one of the most annoying, I guess, is when people say, you know, hey, man, just, you know, do it, man. Just say the names. Just say the names. And it's like, people just don't really get the fact that, unfortunately, I'm not the guy to talk to. The guy to talk to is your local legislators. Talk to the senators. Talk to the people who run Congress. Talk to the people who run the country, and state by state, particularly California. You guys are in California. Mm-hmm. You know, we are the ones that have the biggest issue here. The biggest issue is because of the fact that the law prohibits us from being able to do jack squat. So if we had the ability to, you know, go back and look at all of these cases that happened through the 80s, through the 90s, and so on, there'd be a lot of sick people that are probably out there hurting people behind bars. And believe me, if the law provided the ability to do it, I would be the first in line to help out in any way that I could. But I'm also not going to put myself in jeopardy when I've got a family to raise. So I think that, you know, it's pretty clear that I've done everything I can do. I don't see a lineup behind me of people coming forward with more information. I think it's time for somebody else to tee up and take the hit. And personally, if beyond that, again, if people really want to make a difference, don't harass your local celebrity, harass your local congressman.
I could, yeah. I'm going to cut that up as a PSA right there.
Yeah. Yep. The more you know.
Okay, even further and way more serious question. DC versus Marvel.
I got to go with DC.
Didn't you see the Batman behind you?
Yeah, so that was a pretty easy one.
I was going to say,
my bad.
Corey Feldman, when he's not performing music, he's Batman, obviously.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, that's my son's favorite, too.
I love Spider-Man. I love Hulk, you know.
But you're Batman. Look, right
Captain
behind
America's
you.
Cool, but nothing compares to, like, Batman and Superman and Aquaman and Wonder Woman and, you know.
Okay, who wins in a fight, 16-year-old Flash or 16-year-old Wil Wheaton?
I think we know that one now. A great right arm.
Tell you what, I wanna monopolize your time all night long, but you're Corey Feldman and I'm an asshole over here.
You guys are fun. No, you guys are fun. I just have a band of girls sitting in the other room waiting for me to get my butt in there and start rehearsal, because we have our first concert in front of you in just 8 days basically. So we got to get cracking.
Awesome. Yes, and we are giving away tickets for that. Corey, I'm looking forward to seeing the show. I will be hosting, so if I said anything offensive, bring it to me on stage. Or, even better, if you can bring 37-year-old Wil Wheaton, I will take him on.
You say one more thing that's offensive, man, I'm sending 16-year-old Wil Wheaton.
Wil Wheaton and I, we got a thing.
But anyway, no, man, thank you. You guys have been totally cool and respectful, and it's going to be a blast. Like I said, we put on a 2-hour show. It's a big show, And, we're going to be playing all your favorite hits from all my movies, from the soundtracks, some of my music from the soundtracks, some of other great songs and other great artists. We have this great part of the show where all the angels get to feature and do their own material, whatever they want to do during their time. But we feature and showcase every single angel on stage throughout the night as the show goes on. And we also do some tributes to some of my long-lost friends like Corey and Michael. So it's an incredible show. It's going to be a fun night. And we're turning up the steam with some new costumes and things like that for Halloween. So there's a few surprises if you've seen the show already. And if you haven't seen the show already, your mind will be blown. That I can assure you.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me, and I'm looking forward to it. 8 days, well, eight and like 2 hours away from now. It's going down. Corey and the Angels, and you're married to one of them, right?
That's right. Yes, you're only allowed to be married to one.
You're kind of like a god.
But I do have several angels living at the house here at Feld Mansion. That's true. But yes, my wife is Angel Courtney.
Which 16-year-old Goonie do I have to fight to get a day in the house?
We used to do these events here where we gave people an opportunity to come and mingle and meet the girls and stuff. And then, we got so much harassment by companies that were jealous of our success that we ended up just shutting it down because it wasn't worth the negative attention. But, people coming in our house, too, and doing stupid things. But maybe one day.
I know nothing about that.
Now, hey, better yet, we're bringing it to you. So wait till you meet, like, even our merch girl, Angel Darcy. She's adorable. She's really cute. So go say hello to her. We also have meet and greets, right? So we get to meet people after the show and take pictures and sign autographs. I mean, I'm telling you, we have done 60. This has been 60 performances so far. And we've got another 20 lined up. So it's going to be 80 performances by the end of this. Most of them have been sold out. People are having an incredible time. And you can actually read all the fans' reviews of people who come and say hi to us after the show and stuff like that. And people who just watched it. But go to the website, angelictothecore.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, @Corey_Feldman. At Corey's Angels. On Instagram, it's at CDog22 with double G, of course. And Facebook, it's Corey Feldman 2 and Corey's Angels on Facebook. We're everywhere. So follow us, be a part of it, spread the love and light. God bless, and we'll see you guys Friday night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Oh, man. I talked to Corey Feldman, and I stumped him. And also Wil Wheaton, him and I, we got a thing. It's going to happen.
He's got beef. We got Wheaton beef.
I like how he said that last bye. Like, it was just sexy. Bye. Bye.
Remember this when I'm talking to the Angels on that. Yeah.
She's going to be like, you got room for one more angel?
Well, I'm all hot and bothered.
And then she'll say, bye.
I don't like where that went. We're gonna take a little bit of a break. I gotta cool off. I'm all hot and bothered. Corey Feldman, man. I mean, him and I, we had a connection. I got some real shit there, man. The Twitter or the Facebook comments, Rob popping in. That's some heavy shit. I've never had more respect for Mr. Feldman than right now, man. True. That's awesome. This is the hashtag DDP Live, Longbox.FM Studios. We will be right back.
Cool.
Is this a regular break?
Yeah. How long is the break?
Smoke break. And then
The
make
ginger
sure
has appeared.
Segment 2.
Yeah, no kidding.
No clapping.
What's up, man? What's up, I guess.
So drag.
So he took a picture of him like pretending to smoke crack. Yes.
It's heroin.
Oh my god. That sounds like something Steve would do.
That's how little I know about drugs. I don't even know what crack is.
And you're from where?
I don't think we need to have something with this.
Oh my god.
Just in case.
Stretch.
For break.
And I saw the Batman and I was like, are you gonna like?
Yeah, I saw
are you
that.
gonna bust
I know I was
a
gonna say
nut?
so too, but
That looked way better than what's.
When you started talking about the pedophilia, I was like,
You don't know it's a real goddamn thing to talk about.
Yeah, I was just like,
even
please
Wes
don't
was pretty
hate
good
that.
too.
But I thought that was very like brave to be able to
Well, that's what I want on my
ask
show.
it.
Is to
You know
be,
what I mean?
To be
It
strong.
was very unfiltered. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I gave him the out if he doesn't want to. And then we
Yeah.
also, when he mentioned, legal things, like, yeah, I know, we're not going to, but they just kept rolling. I knew we were going to get any further than that.
Yeah.
But he said something was real and it needs to be talked about. I'm probably going to be found hung later on, because I guess that's what, in a way, the deers
Going
talk
outside?
about this shit. You were okay? You were good with all that? Yeah.
Fight's over, Sledge.
Art, what's to the bathroom?
The fuck?
Let me get names.
That was my fault.
She's
Julie?
Julie.
Julie.
And you are?
Joe.
Joe. Great. Julie and Joe. You guys are really going to fuck me up.
You can start calling you.
That's right, write it
You can start
down.
calling you Julian.
Oh, can you pull there's 3 beers in the freezer. Can you pull?
What happened?
So they're not frozen?
He's writing down names to keep
Oh,
track.
Julie.
Put them in the fridge, I guess.
Because I'm terrible
Or
at names.
Jill.
I'm terrible.
Jill.
He calls me Jill.
Oh, we got a break, right?
I hope no one can be offended, because, I just fuck things up.
Well, it took you forever to get my name right.
Sure, but we're getting married now.
Sometimes you still say it wrong.
That's a weird video. I was like tripping out on that right now.
Well, it looks like they're in Fowler, or...
So this is like the start of a porno.
Do you want me
Right?
to bring them in here, or do you want me to just leave them in the
Yeah,
fridge?
for the guests.
Alright. I'll be back for that.
I'm hearing a lot of skipping.
That's this one.
Oh.
No, there's something wrong with this one.
Is there? Change it?
I think the
Reminds me
recording
of American
came bad.
Horror Story.
Yeah, go ahead and skip.
Oh, that wasn't a good one.
It's alright, just let it go.
We're ready?
Alright. More beers, refills for you guys.
thank you.
And then let's go ahead and knock this shit out.
Main story, open video.
Yeah, main story.
If I pinch you, that means
Check.
Arturo. We don't have him on retainer right now.
I'm just letting go.
I mean, we do have him on retainer, so you can say whatever you'd like. Because that's what good friends do, is get you a lawyer.
Yeah, I need
Bottom
one for
third
this
off.
one.
Bottom third off.
Peter.
There you go. Alright, fire, and let's do it.
Ooh. Root beer. Oh, you got orange cream?
We're okay.
What'd you get? What'd you get? Did you get the ginger beer? Oh, catching up. Never mind.
It is, ladies and gentlemen, the hashtag DDP Live here at Longbox.FM studios, brought to you by Riley's Brewing.
Thanks, Riley's.
Was that a question mark?
Thanks, Riley's.
Sounds like you've had a couple of bad experiences. A little too much? That's why you got a dog.
Yeah, that's why I got the
Drank
dog.
too much, got a dog. I drank too much, got a son. It happens.
What?
What? It's real life.
I hope he doesn't watch this in the future.
No, all this is going to be documented and made sure that my son sees this so he can know the man who died early. Because I'm going to die early. It's a fact. But I'm going to
With a
make
Red
sure
Bull in
Connie
his
gets
hand.
gets to ride the cougar train at some point.
What? What?
Ooh,
What?
Trolling for some young blood, huh?
Oh, sorry, Cotty.
As long as they can say my name right.
Like Corey Feldman.
Let's so this part of the show now we kind of we jumped because we had to deal with Corey Feldman's blowing you up on your Skype thing going, hey, I need to talk because I got practice, and you're like, okay, well, we're gonna dump the rest of this and move right on into that.
Yeah.
Again, you guys can call in 492-0450 and Skype Longbox.FM on Skype. We're fully in tonight. We got tickets to give away to see Tool's brand new song played by a tribute band, as well as the Friday the 13th show, and there was the Halloween one.
Sid Wilson one.
Sid Wilson. We got that all going on here on the show tonight, as well as if you heard in the beginning, there's free food for you. What you'll have to do, if you missed it, you'll have to go back, rewind, and listen to the beginning, because I'm sorry, I can well figure you so much, and then I have to stop. We've got our guest tonight, Art Silva, the man behind the Artourage, as well as the Artourage. We got Julie and Joe. Yes, I did look at the paper to make sure I got the name right, Julie.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk a little bit about you, Art Silva. We're also going to talk about the show. We're going to talk about, too, a follow-up from last week. Mm-hmm. Now, Art, I've known you for a while. Quite a while now.
Too long, yeah.
And for the last couple of years on this show, I've done the question for every guest, whether it's comedian, artist, or promoter. The question, artist versus promoter versus venue. And some shit popped up just a couple weeks ago when it came to Tully and Amric, with Cockamamie Jamie throwing them under the bus, posting it out there, very legit, and I jumped on it because it was, like I said, new show. Mm-hmm. We're calling shit out because if you're a dirtbag, remember this, Art. Just remember. No, if you say cantaloupe now,
Cantaloupe.
Don't answer that.
Lawyer friends, listen up.
Yeah, one of the goals for this show, everything I've always wanted, I've always wanted to do is to try to be someone that can help out in the scene and help promote. Because look, I'm in Fresno my whole life. I'm not going anywhere, and we know the jokes. Fresno sucks. It's the armpit, or I guess that's Bakersfield. So we're more the chest cavity of California. We hear all this stuff. We've seen some changes lately. I know the gentrification. We've talked about this in a previous show of downtown Fresno, the high-speed rail, the bullet train from hell. Which, by the way, I got the Bible this weekend.
A Bible on the high-speed rail?
I have a lot of evidence about dirty dealings with actual officials, legal documents, publicly able to be researched and looked at. That's a future show coming up. So I'm waiting not only for Tully to come and set my house on fire, but some politicians.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Don't say please don't. He'll definitely do that. You challenge him to do it. He backs off of challenges. But we're going to be talking about that as well tonight. And I'm still waiting for a return text about legality of what I could actually put on some of the screenshots that I have.
Screenshots.
And, of course, the envelope, the kill shot on Tully and Amric as far as how far this is going to go. Because Dipshit did fire back this week. He did something really stupid. I mean, if you're going to start a war with something, there's certain things to do, and it would have been smarter for him to find me and just punch me in the face than the moves that he did. So before we get into all that, let's talk about our guest tonight. Art Silva, the man behind so many bands. You've brought Green Jello, you've brought Green Jelly, you've brought Green Jello, you've brought the Tool tribute band with the brand new song, and Corey Feldman. And last time you were on the show, you brought me Wes Borland in the craziest moment, man. Like, literally, you could see us on camera. I shit a brick. As I went too far on something, shocking, and then he responded with something I didn't realize was a joke until I met him like 2 weeks later, and he's like, oh, yeah, I was just kidding.
It was awkward.
We were all looking at each other like, what do we do?
It was like that awkward silence, like, oh shit.
I'm looking at my co-host at the time, Kevin. I'm looking at him going, yeah, your questions? No, you gotta pull those. That's not happening. So it was a great interview, and now you're back, and you got Corey Feldman, and now we're gonna go with this. You are playing the role of promoter in the Central Valley here, not just Fresno. You've done things outside of it. You've been doing this for many, many years. You live and breathe the brand, the life of this. You live in a house with just people. Like, you bring people into your cave to interact with, to come up with ideas. What would be good shows? You are a center point of bringing entertainment to the Valley, and there's been so few consistent promoters who've been around as long as you. What is your story to your success, to your build of your brand?
Oh man. Well, I wouldn't say success because I'm still going. You know, I have goals I haven't fucking been touched yet. But honestly, I would say because music actually saved my life. So for me to put events together or anything like that, it's like me giving back to something that actually saved my life.
How? Okay, we're gonna do it.
I mean, that's the deepest I've ever said anything ever. Because everybody's like, why you do this? Why you do this? Is it because of the money? Is it because of fame? Because it's like, it's neither of that. It's like because I was fucked up as a child. I was suicidal, and I went to a show, and that changed my life. And if I could do it to others, that's something was on to me.
Wow.
Then it's anything I could do.
Well, you've brought in, you can look at the bands that you brought in. I'm sure there's going to be people out there who will scoff and be like, "Oh, that band."
Yeah, I get
Alien
that too.
Ant Farm, good job, dude. That type of shit. But as I'm sitting here talking to Corey Feldman tonight, I'm also going, how the hell am I talking to Corey Feldman? So Alien Ant Farm to somebody could be something that they're joking, going, this is what Art does. And at the same time, dude, Art's talking to Alien Ant Farm. Who have you talked to?
They're the nicest people.
They're like actually my
They're
friends,
so
like
sweet.
homies, so.
Why don't you bring them in? We'll hang out.
Yeah.
We'll go to the
Well,
movies.
I will, but someone else brought them, so I got to wait a little while.
Before we get to that end, to explain a little bit about, now you and I have talked a lot on the phone, especially recently.
Yeah.
And a lot of understanding of stuff that's not going to be public or made public, or you don't want to just open up and just give out. So I figured to lay this out. I was going to interview you. I was going to talk about me.
Well, it's all about you. Let's talk about Chris Dowdy.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, the whole Longbox thing, I did. Last time you were around was back at the old apartment, and I was getting real big into trying to make this a thing. It had to be a thing.
Yeah.
For me, it wasn't organic anymore. It was, I have to make this work. I just crapped out a kid with a baby mama after dating her for 2 months. So this is important. This has to work. And I got real into it, and I brought around bad people. People like a Chris DeVold, who just shit all over me as it moved on. Like, it was all cool and fun and games when you're getting all the freebies and shit, but soon it turns into something ugly. Like, what's in it for me? I have to spend gas. And seeing how I'm a sieve of money trying to keep this thing going. Excuse me. You're seeing, like, the life fall apart. The baby mama takes off, and everything's just bad and ugly. And I had a breakdown. I finally was done. Yeah. I decided I didn't want to do this anymore, and then I did it for 6 more months, which was just the worst. Every time I'd go online, it'd be like, this is the Dirty Dowdy podcast. We're here. Like, I was just broken man. Part of moving to this new house, where we have the studio now, was just a return to, like, I need to just simplify. I don't want to be on Facebook. I do not want to be on social media. I do not want to go out. I never went out. Cuddy dated me, been with me this whole time. We've never actually gone out to anything other than maybe a movie here or there. That's just the life that we have, because I don't want to answer questions. I don't want to see people. I hate everyone. And it took a couple of years of being in here. This studio was built and the door was closed. And finally reopened. Now I've started to do things. I've even actually gone out a couple times. So, pat on me. I get like a chip for that or something. So I know it sounds weird that I'm down. This is all me. But I feel like you have a similar story in your fallout.
I don't know if I would call it a fallout. I just needed to step back, I mean, I've been going hard since I was like 16, 17, so it was like literally like half my life. So I've known nothing more, and I never had a boss in my life. So I've always been trying new ideas and doing things that no one ever think of. So it's just working with people that were not good people.
Mm-hmm.
So that took a huge toll, because it got very bad, where like a lot of people were talking and not knowing the facts or truth, and and I've been fucking so discreet and privately for like last 2 years. I don't know. You could go back. I've never said anything bad about anyone publicly.
But a lot of people have thrown some shit your way.
I've had my share of people talking shit about me, and it's the same people that actually you guys are talking about, and I've dealt with it, and I continue to deal with it, and it just got to the point where it's like, I need to take it back. I need to just stay home and work on me and my new ideas and stuff like that, and come back out stronger and better. And I think it's the time where it's very weird in the scene right now. It's like people are out to get out, to attack each other, and there's people that are working together, and there's people that are not working together. And finally, I think it's coming around where people are actually seeing what people really are.
See, this ties back to the Corey Feldman interview we just did, the bullying thing. Now, he's taken it millions and millions of comments calling him a shitbag. We're local dudes. I've had my comments. I've been called everything. Actually, recently I got called everything in one post. But you get attacked and hit, and we're real people.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
we could put on a good front. You're art, dude. You're
I'll
always
be
drinking,
honest,
partying, hanging out. You're doing the shows, but I know that feeling when you go home and you're like, this sucks.
See, people don't realize what you see on Facebook or anything I've done on social media. It's like people assume, well, it's Art Silva. He's the whatever they want to think of. He has it all, or he knows everybody, or whatever the fuck. It's not what it appears to be behind. Where I'm at home and trying to be normal, not go out, because every time I go out, it's constant, because people don't ask, how are you doing, Art? How have you been? It's like, hey, book my band. Hey, this. It's like, holy shit, I just lost my cousin. I'm getting attacked. I had to get a lawyer. I had to do this. It's like, wow. Ask who the fuck how I'm doing, and it got to the point where I had to step back because everybody I thought who's real and friends were not.
How are you doing? Can I get free tickets?
You have to call in.
I know the number.
But I got no minutes.
Well, actually... Wow, Cuddy. Wow.
That was a burn.
So, someone... Look, I've worked in radio. Someone like you, I know you get the similar things. Hey, dude, you work for that station. Cool. Can I get Foo Fighters tickets?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just got them. I'm just gonna hand them out. I'm sure you get that.
Oh my god!
And is that usually the lead up, the first initial question,
dude,
or do they do they softball it with, "Hi, man, I really like the Red Sox. Can I get free tickets?"
Dude, it's so annoying because I'll post a flyer. It has everything you need to know about the show, and then instantly I get a message. Oh, where's it gonna be at? Or how much is tickets? And it's like, is that a way of inviting yourself to be like, hey, can I get free tickets? It's like the same thing. If we're not dating, we're not fucking, we're not doing anything like that. Don't ask for free shit. Unless you're a homie, you help me out.
Even if we are banging, don't ask for free shit.
I like how there was a separation.
Yeah.
Dating or fucking.
Dating or fucking.
Well, but the great thing is because he has a bunch of us, we're the ones who end up responding to everybody. I will get the message on our page. I'm like, Arturo, I'm gonna sign. This is how long we've known each other. It's because I call him by his legal name, Arturo.
That's my slave name.
That escalated quickly.
I saw those daggers. What?
But no, I'll answer. Joe answers. We have a few other members that answer for him because he is there was a point where it was just getting too much. I was the one who brought in a lawyer for him because it was just this is ridiculous. This just needs to stop. And so
harassment.
It was harassment and slander.
Not only that, but it was very slanderous. I mean, and these people were constantly going after him.
And I know they're watching.
And I've known him since.
Hello.
Hey. Yeah, hi. So, no, but I've known him because my cousin and him were high school sweethearts. So I've known him for a long time. Remember when you brought Static X and I didn't show up to the
2007.
That guy's dead now.
That was my first big show.
Yeah, because
I was 22.
he was. Yeah,
so you killed him.
It was hilarious because I was like, yeah, I like this band, and he was like, oh, I'll bring him into Fresno. I'm like, oh, whatever. I made plans that weekend, and then he was like, no, I brought them. I know, I felt awful, but anyhow, I got you a lawyer, honey.
But honestly,
I think I made up for that pretty well.
I try to get off the grid as much as I can because
he does.
Even though I have all the social medias, like I turn off all the notifications. Like if you try to message me on Facebook, like it's hard to get a hold of me. Like I have so many unread messages. It just got overwhelming and it's hard to keep up. So like I was like, fuck, I need to like step back. And people got offended and angry at me. It's like we're not hanging out, we're not talking. It's like, dude, I'm going through some shit. I can't really talk about it. Like
he needed to reset.
I needed to get the fuck out and just like, I still did some shows in there and like, but I'm always in the back. Like I don't want talk to people really because it's always like constant. And I couldn't say, I'm fucking going through some shit. I don't even want to be here. There's times why I didn't even show up to a show. And
I know. And by the way, if you want to ask Art any questions, call me up, 492-0450. If you ask the stupid questions, I will give you tickets to eat shit.
By the way, my mom's
which is in
watching.
the envelope, right? The tickets are in the envelope.
Like, hi, Mom.
Hi. She accepted. I took her daughter. We're good. Now I know we got people watching right now that I'm sure are also the same people we're talking about, haters, not just the two dirtbags, and I'll call it out, Amric and Tully, but other people.
Hashtag
shitholes. There are people hearing you going wah wah wah, like, because that's the normal response to things.
Yeah.
But we talked about this, and I said I wanted to get, and I know you well enough that I know you're not giving me bullshit answers. Not like when Amric was on the show and he had actually pre-written the questions for me, and then asked me to give him my questions.
Oh, you can ask me whatever.
We said specifically we want to know true feelings, like how does this affect you, and you got to realize, anybody listening right now, this is just a promoter. This is just a guy who puts on the occasional show. When you go bashing and attacking everybody, I know I'm being hypocritical right now because dirtbags like Tully and Amric, but we'll get to that. When you actually start attacking everyone, you got to realize, man, feelings are there. It's a true thing. It's hard. We talked with Corey Feldman about what's it like. Millions and millions of people telling you should just die, like the other Corey.
Yeah.
And like how do you handle that shit? And it's hard for smaller end guys like you, and even smaller more me. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, like I build my own like fun at my house. Like instead of going out, I have everything I want at the house. Like I have a band room, I have a gaming room, like I have loud music on all the time. Like
I know every time I call you it's annoying.
Yeah, dude, like it's like I got Led Zeppelin on, dude. I got Tool on, like it's like I like to be surrounded by music, but like I've been like such a reclusive guy. Like I like being home now, like all the time, and I never ever go out. And I lost friends because of that, and they don't understand. And I'm sure they're watching, and there's no hate towards them. I just think
Well, let's turn this around a little bit. The question I've always asked promoters, venues, artists, and I've heard so many answers from so many different styles, comedians, musicians, actual art people. Art, you are one of the promoters. You were one of the subjects in the question, and from your time off, and you didn't have time off. You still did stuff, but you weren't Art Silva, all blasted straight up. What is the best way to do it in this valley, in this town? How can we do something like what's the mix that works, and explain why
honestly,
you think it
this
works?
is the best way I can put it, and I've been saying this for fucking years, and I've been telling the people that work with me all the time, the people I actually got rid of, is you treat the bands you work with like friends before business. Like the bands come over to my house, we drink, we have fun, and then they play a show for me. It's like we're all homies. Like people think Art Silva promoter. He's like, no, I'm friends with you, and I like you. So here's a show. Like all the bands I work with, like it's like a show. A show to me is like a party because it's like all the bands I love, and like I have my favorites, and they're playing for me or playing for everyone. And I treat it like that. Like it's fucking family and friends before a business thing, and they all know that. They all like it's. I think that's how I've been, getting around like so long. It's like I treat it as, I got this show, you want to play, can you help me promote it? Can you do this and this and this? And it's like, it's a homie feeling like that. It's not like, hey, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. It's like E for effort, man. That's all I asked for.
The question's going to come up. It's going to want to be coming up. And this is part of the beef when the Tully and Amric bullshit.
Who?
Pay to play. A Jackass A and Jackass B.
Go on. I know them. Go ahead.
Dirtbags. By the way, when you post something or make a message with your fake book profile, don't use the same words. Dirtbag is not a common word,
Fake
and that's
book.
what I used to describe these guys. So when dirtbags use, you fucking idiot. Pay to play. That is one of the common things that is attacked in this valley for not only this valley, all over. Fresno's not big enough for pay to play. That's an LA thing, and it's becoming more commonly known. Pay to play should just be taken out altogether. Like we got everything. It's like Donald Trump of local music. Everyone's got an opinion, and they're all wrong.
Yeah.
And you have done, in a sense, pay to play if you're going to break it down to, like sell your tickets and you can get money from that. I'm sorry I got to do this to you, but people are going to. This is, Amric's going to be like, well, Art does it too. What's your view on that? How do you pull it off? Why does it make sense? And I feel like I can ask this because we talked about this about a month ago. Why does it work? Where does it make sense?
Dude, I've tried every, my sense, a fair method of, how to make it fair between promoter, artist, and venue, because everybody has to make something for it, but there's also gamble and chance. And there's bands that are garage bands, so they should stay in garage bands, but they always want to do the big shows, but they're not ready for it because they don't have that following or fans and all that. So it's hard to dictate. Is it going to be general fans coming up, pay the door, or a pre-sale ticket kind of thing? So after years of just trying to figure out, the whole pay to play thing, it's like people, I'm just gonna pay X amount of money to play a slot. And I've done shows where bands actually have hit me up. We're like, we'll give you X amount of money to play the show, and I've always turned them down because it's like, well, what happens if this band finds out this band's doing it, this band is how did they get here?
Oh, the politics.
Yeah, there's a lot of politics in this business. It's very touchy too, because there's so many views, because it's not if you have a promoter view, you have a musician view, you have a venue view, then you have fan view, then you have people like you, your view. There's so many different views of how to make it work. And to me, I don't even know if my system works. I mean, I always ask bands, what do you think of this? Is this fair? And I've always tried to make it work where if they're happy, I try to make it, I never had a band that's no, fuck that, it's not going to work. I always make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're nice to the band. You don't do...
I'm a pushover, and that's why I have a team. I have an asshole that is...
I will say that, actually, no, you are easily walked on.
Dude,
yes,
you're an idiot.
I know.
You really are.
People walk all over me, they use me, and I get that, and that's why I have my awesome team, because bad cop, good cop. It's don't ask Art because he's gonna say yes. Go ask my team, because they're gonna be Art's being stupid, he's being nice. Let's say no, because that's
Can I get a team for this guy?
You may need one. As I'm looking at my messages blowing up here about the source saying what I can and cannot do. Yes, you probably. And I already was smoking heroin earlier on the show. So I mean,
allegedly.
Allegedly, my new favorite word.
Cotty, I don't trust people, so you should probably work on the Team Dowdy thing. Can I have Dowdrtourage? Dowdrtourage?
That sounds better, actually.
Oh, Dowdrtourage.
Oh,
Dowdrtourage.
That's real close to Down syndrome, Raj. Yeah.
Hey, you made the correlation, so
yeah, I know.
Dowdrtourage sounds like
my business.
It sounds like a dirty motorcycle or something.
That's what I am.
Dowdrtourage.
Vroom, vroom, baby.
It sounds like a... Yeah.
I should probably go to the clinic.
I don't.
Yeah, it's more like that. I went out and I came back with Dowdrtourage.
Sounds like an STD.
Okay, we got
the gift that keeps on giving.
We got 2 comments from the onlines. First off is Tully says you're a dick. No, not really.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hype.
Philip Hernandez from
Hey, Philip.
Stone Shiver popped in with Art is great to work with. Been working with him since 2003. I know Philip's a solid dude. He's not just gonna tuck your nuts or play with them.
No, I mean he does, but
whatever the bands do with it's behind the scenes, man.
As long as there's consent.
You gotta tuck my nuts before you play.
Tony Martin, Fulton 55. Art is a valuable part of our community, and we are proud to work with him. Tony Martin, also a guy I'm pretty sure is not proud to work with Tully or Amric. Definitive Productions.
I love Tony and Fulton.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I gotta say, and I know he's
guy.
listening, and I didn't get the moment when I saw him the last time.
And I love Philip too. I didn't forget you.
The biggest mistake I did was doing the last Festivus at Frank's place because I got hosed. I got sold something and I got fucked bad. And Tony Martin offered up something a decent price, but I went with free because it was too good to be true. And holy shit, they were right. It was too good to be true. So Tony, next time I ever step out again, I'm looking at you. He's probably said no.
This
never
is
again.
why we need a team.
Hey, but you need to hit me up to make it work.
Oh no, well Amber's already said, you should have hit me up. I could have saved your show. Eat a dick, asshole. Tony Martins, the comedian, says doing the right thing will always cost you. I was prepared to suffer for the scene I wanted to be a part of. I tried not to get he wrote a lot. I'm not going to do all this. Tony Martin's doing a lot of what Cockamamie Jamie's been doing. And when you're saying recently things have been changing in the scene, I take that from you more recently, longer term. But recently, Jesus, Cockamamie Jamie should Jesus himself.
Oh, dude, I love that guy. Like, that shit, what he's saying has been going on for a long time. And, like, I have not said anything at all. Like, publicly, I've not said anything. And I can't, like, legality of shit. But when I start seeing what he's doing, and it's like, I can't, I applaud this guy. I mean, because he could get a lot of shit from it. But he's sticking to his guns.
I love Jamie. I'm also really scared that he's going to hit me.
Oh, just don't do wrong, and But dude, this scene just needs communication. What everybody needs, like, what can make you happy, like what's fair to you, and then you tell them this is what the risk of doing this. Like, there's always a middle ground, but the promoters, like, they don't
lay it all out.
Find it, yeah. They don't lay it
all out.
They don't like. I'll show like contracts and the shit I'm paying for and everything I'm doing and the risk I'm doing. Like, this is the fuck I'm paying. Like, this act is this. It's not some fucking. It's not cheap.
So you're saying the issue is that the promoters keep a lot of the stuff in the background away from the artists
all the time. And they use the whole pay to play, like, pre-sale tickets like that, like, to help pay for, like, a deposit for a band that they don't want to risk on their own. Like, I risk my own fucking money on the line, win or lose. I've lost and I've won, but in no sense, they're doing it for the money.
I get at the 2012 Festivus, I lost $3,300.
Oh, I've lost way more than that.
2016,
60 grand.
That's a good night.
2016 was $2,600. The question I'll also ask, because I'm sure there's someone, Tully, saying, what do you do to promote, bro? Yo, it's Tully! I'll promote your stuff! I'll do it by threatening anyone who's opposing you. No, but how does a promoter promote?
I make minimal, like, each show I do minimal, like, at least 5,000 flyers. I make hundreds of posters. Thanks to her, she helps me a lot with that.
Yep.
I have a lot of health issues, and I the reason why I stay home now, but
herpes, herpes.
Yeah, I mean,
he got the Dowdrtourage.
He got the
Dowdrtourage. But like,
hashtag that.
I still go out there and bust my ass. Like, if you could look at my trunk, I at least have 20,000 flyers given anytime. I mean, I walk, I promote, I put on cars, I go to people's, like, I literally hours at a time with my team or by myself. Like, I don't, rely on people. I don't rely on social media because I absolutely fucking hate social media to begin with because I have to be on it because of what I do.
It sucks, man. It can get you fired.
Well, I can fire myself, I guess, but it's like another job. But
you mentioned before how you kind of recluse back because you're getting all that hate, right?
It wasn't necessarily like that was effective, yeah. But it's certain people, fuck it, like Tully and like Amory, and like that. I don't fucking care, whatever.
Yeah.
Julie's going, wait, can he?
I know everybody's been waiting for
I've already
this.
played this out of my head.
I know everybody's been waiting.
Say it, man.
What's Art Silva gonna say? I've been silent. Everybody's like waiting for it. People ask me all the time. Like some people think we're like friends, cool. Like I'll say it right now. Like I don't work with those guys. I don't fucking care for those guys. Last time I talked to them guys, I told them both fuck off. I have nothing to do with those guys last like 2 years. Like they're just, to me, they're like the disgrace of the fucking music scene.
Yeah, and he still gets
I still get shit for it. Like, I still get like shit because I work with them like previous. We were all friends at once, and then they got whatever happened with that. But to me, like, it's all about being true to yourself, regardless of how much shit you get. And I'm still fucking here. Just because I took a step back, I'm still fucking here. They could say all they want. They could say like anything. I've never said anything publicly about them until now. They could both fuck off. I really don't care about those people.
Well, let's talk about what they say. This is the fun.
You can open it.
See, this wasn't set up at all, but I like how it's going.
I feel like I'm on like what is it, Love and Hip Hop, or didn't like Jocelyn have like the
like Art Silva? This is your child. Fuck.
We're on Maury. Be like, no, that baby don't look like me. Look at his face. Look at his face.
So.
No.
The last couple of weeks have been an entertaining ride.
To say the least.
A lot of, again, this isn't just I jumped on something. 2+ years I've been running this question. And Art, I love your answers. Thank you. Very real tonight. I know this is tough for you, and I'm sure people are listening, especially certain people, but others might be listening going, yeah, you're full of shit. Well, whatever. Eat a dick and talk about how the Las Vegas shooting was fake. Keep doing your thing. Last week, we hit up Tully and Amric. I threw it out there. And as I said, in the past, this show was not to attack locals. We want to play nice. But it's a new show. And fuck off, man. You're not allowed to be in the middle anymore. You're not allowed to play nice because you're a pussy and your point is invalid.
Yeah.
So, as I've warned, that means I'm going to do things. And that means maybe
something
will happen. Now, I have the kill shot here, and what I've been informed is that I cannot yet, because the lawyer is looking at the IPs for the IP addresses for certain Facebook posts. But it is going to happen next week that this pops up. Okay?
Oh my god.
But no, this is not me trying to let me drag you into season 3.
Trying to blue ball us over here.
Sure.
No, because what I have here is not only going to fuck over Tully and Amric, it's also going to hurt other locals too, if done straight out. But I do have some things I do want to show. Now, IP4. You cannot put up the first 3 pictures I lit up. The private messages, those have to stay hidden, unfortunately, although I'll just say something about, I was, indirectly, someone talked to somebody, and I was described, and this is awesome. For me, I love this. The SJWs of the world, you know how we hit you with labels?
Yeah.
And then, die? I got hit with, I'm a violent, sexist,
2,
homophobic,
3,
racist,
4,
bully.
5.
Cool, man! Ding, 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 motherfucker! I hit the jackpot.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much Donald Trump now, right?
Oh,
I'm there.
Does that make me
Melania.
For a second, I forgot her name.
I got you. It's all good.
You're my Melania.
Melania?
Okay.
See, in the Artourage, I'm the pop culture. So.
Where I want to go, because this post just fired off on, if you're on Facebook, go to DDP Live. The @ sign DDP Live. So Tully took his time to reach out to people in this last week to try to fire back and hurt me professionally in any way he could. I'm doing it kind of like a little bit of a bitch. So what I found out, Tully is a guy who likes to hide behind not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5 minimum fake book profiles. 2 of which are women. And now
one's actually pretty hot.
I know.
And she's hot and ready in my area.
I looked at it, I squeezed a couple off, and then I said, no, I'm still going to kill this guy.
Wait, what?
So some of the I have 3 of them. Let's get that first one going. Veronica Jean. Now, if anyone's ever dealt with Tully is a guy who is going to send off messages threatening people with you can't do this, you can't do that, and he does it through other, like, I will 1-star you.
Where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
I was going to say, she's
Veronica
really
Jean.
contouring over there, right?
Veronica Jean is also apparently a Tully, because next shot. Be quicker on that. Let's see. It's from Lancaster. Dude, if you're going to make a Facebook page, a fake book page, make sure that you don't put it in your hometown. Also, the likes, Definitive Productions, El Cumbatron, blah, 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 and everything else that he likes on his page. Next one. This is the next one I found out. Sarah Gomez. It's a fantastic girl from Chihuahua, Chihuahua. She has a Chihuahua on a beach.
Is that a dog butt?
I think it's a poodle.
It looks like a poodle. Look like a Chihuahua.
In San Francisco.
It does look like him, though.
Is that? Are you sure?
Yet. Look at the next shot. The next shot shows, El Selector. Violent on Fire, Definitive Productions. Okay. Where this makes sense is the next one. Get us our next person. That was it? Oh, that's right. I couldn't run the rest of them. Well, if you go to DDP Live, you'll see that there's El Selector, Geronimo Selector, Veronica Jean, Sarah Gomez, and then Tully himself. And the fun thing about Facebook, because I've been banned a few times, you can actually go to all these sites, which I have the links that you can click, and you can look at the sites, and you can hit a little button that says, hey, Facebook, I think this is a fake profile. Have fun, Internet. Do your thing. You want to be a doxer? You want to be that person? Go for it. And take down a fucking dirtbag here in town. This is a guy who threatens people. He threatened me that, I won't do business in town anymore, and I should be careful, bro, because what? He's going to put... what, is he going to book a band in my studio and I can't do my show one night? I'll be standing outside going, this sucks, man. I can't be... Fuck off, Tully. And, Tully, understand you have a job now. And with that, we're going to take a break. We got a game coming up. We've got Rockin' Walkin'.
Ooh.
Now, I couldn't get the twist on it this week, but we have 2 teams coming up. We'll decide that during the break. If you want to win tickets to, what do we get first?
Let's do Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman tickets. Call me up, 492-0450. You are in the door. You're seeing the show, and you'll see me host a guy who's dancing with Michael, and also he's amazing. Just that. That's what's going on. It's hashtag
Dowdy's
DDP
a
Live.
fan girl.
Behind the scenes.
We'll be right back.
Hashtag Red Dowdy.
Well said.
Are you mad, bro?
Fuck, man.
So, wait, are we still...
Is it a real break?
Yeah, the last real break.
Longbox.FM.
Oh, okay. So we do the game and then we exit.
Oh, I gotta take a leak.
Yeah.
So do your pee and all that fun stuff. What? No, last real break. Oh, yeah. We're going to sing for Rock and Walk and...
Outside?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting. Like jazz.
Here's my caller. Jojo! No. What's your name? Doug?
Shall we play a game? Challenge accepted.
This is the hashtag DDP Live, brought to you by Riley's Brewing.
Thanks, Riley's.
It is in the Longbox.FM studios. And we had Corey Feldman on tonight. By the way, there is the envelope of death. Fuck you, Tully. Fuck you, Amric. I'm just going to throw that straight up out there. Next week's going to be fun because once legal gets me past that, we can have some real fun. I'm just saying, someone this week may not be getting a paycheck. Just throw that out there. And if you go to DDP Live on Facebook, you can see all the profiles, all the links that you need to go to, and make sure to let Facebook know, because Mark Zuckerberg cares about fake profiles. It's important. Our president cares about fake news. You should care about fake profiles. Go look at the profiles. Have some fun. And maybe flag them. So moving on to our game tonight. We are going to do a game that we haven't done since the reboot, Rockin' Walkin'. And it's a simple game. It's very easy. Now, Artourage people, Joe.
The quiet one.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Julie.
Yes.
Art.
Yeah.
You guys all know music. And you know 90s people. And so this should be easy. It's just lyrics to 90s songs. But it is spoken... It's spoken word done with Christopher Walken, the great man himself, who will be dying in 2018. I'm just calling that right now.
20,000?
20,018. See? I just... Yeah,
you can trust it. You can trust this guy. I'm definitely trusting the guy who thinks it's going to be 20,018.
I'm sorry. Anthony, what?
It's a head in a jar.
Oh, I'm ahead. Oh, wow. Oh, I guess I am a head in the jar.
Oh, God damn it. My buttons are stupid.
Oh,
Anthony, I just want, just because of last week.
Uh-huh.
This is... Vamp, I gotta fix this.
Okay,
Vamp,
good.
go. Say things.
Oh, all right.
No
Go
pressure.
ahead and say things, right? Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure, right? So
Your nose looks a little rosy.
It's always a little rosy. Isn't that kind of weird? What I've noticed about some of my best features that I like about myself, since I have your guys' attention, I'm not only am I funny, No, but recapping the show, I think Corey Feldman is actually one of the most down-to-earth celebrities I think I've ever seen. Like, a lot of people are up their own ass, All
right, I'm done with you. I got it fixed.
Yeah, you're done. Cut.
By the way, real quick,
scene.
Anthony, just for you.
Oh, hey, I'm a pedophile. I need help. Yeah.
So, okay, cool.
Thanks.
We're going to do our show tonight now. Technical difficulties aside. Then we have... As we do this, we have two teams. And we brought in the big red ginger to fill in a spot. Now, your balls have recently been deswelled because you had testicular sadness, right?
Yeah, we'll call it that. Yeah, sure.
Oh.
I like that we turned off his mic and we could still hear what he said. Yeah, you had swollen nuts because you banged a meth girl, correct?
No. That did not happen at all.
I don't recognize any of your
Or at
responses.
least that's not how it happened.
How did it happen?
I got a flea bite from my 3 dogs.
You should have stuck with the first thing, dude.
You got bit? Dude, you got bit on your nuts?
By a flea?
Yeah, like right there on the side.
Were you like fucking naked or something? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah,
I was sleeping in my bed.
Do you sleep naked?
You sleep?
Yeah,
you must have.
Yeah. Okay, so that's.
But my
what
dogs
Balls
all
out
stay in
and
my
shit.
room.
So you sleep in the bed naked with your
I have a
dogs?
damn blanket on and shit.
No, so you sleep naked with your dogs. What are you saying?
Now that we've introduced Kenneth, let's divide the teams. Now tonight, part of the show coming up on Friday the 13th, we have the Bottoms Up girls.
Yes, we do.
Now these are chicks that just wear bikinis or as minimal clothing as possible and serve coffee
and tea,
because you got to be professional. The girls, I can't do British. I can't.
You suck.
You really suck at it.
It was so bad I didn't even know what you were going for.
Kenneth got his balls bitten by a flea. Let's focus on what's important here.
Dowdy sucks at being multicultural.
God damn it. Jamie's going to start posting on me now.
But I'm Mexican.
We have two teams. I figured this out. Now, Art, you've been a talker tonight, and Julie, you've been a talker tonight. Joe, thanks for being here.
Hi.
He just got here.
You got fancy hair, and I appreciate that for a guy that wears hats now.
I try.
That's a new thing for me. It's just always. So I'm going to team up Joe and Art with Julie and Kenneth.
I'm sorry.
The team names.
I'm so sorry. I didn't expect to talk. I'm so sorry.
The team names.
You didn't come prepared.
The mic didn't expect it either.
Julie, you and Kenneth get to be the team team hashtag bottoms up. And Art and Joe, you get to be team hashtag don't shoot.
That's too far. That was bad.
Put it up, sound guy.
Jeez, man.
No.
I would be called pull out.
Yeah. Can we
Hashtag
go
pull
with
out?
that?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
go
go
with that.
hashtag team.
It takes a lot of
Pull
time
out.
to program this, so we're going to go ahead
Oh,
and
it's
go
actually-
forward.
oh, don't
yeah,
shoot.
there it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's simple and easy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to hit a sound button that's going to have Christopher Walken, played by Aaron Perillo, out of L.A., who does NCIS, CSI, and all
He's
those
pretty
shows.
cute.
Yeah. What?
What?
And here's how you do. We're going to pick two people per round. Art versus Kenneth, maybe, first round. And it is, you call out your name. Team bottoms up, team don't shoot. And you get a point for title, a point for artist. And this is for 1 million internet points. So, here we go with the very first song.
At home, drawing pictures of
Don't
mountaintops
shoot.
with him on top.
Pearl Jam.
Song?
Jeremy.
2 points, team don't shoot.
Good job.
I wasn't going to answer that quick.
You're living up to expectations.
I actually wanted to keep listening to it. That's why I was hesitant at first. I'm like, I don't want to answer yet.
All right, now we're going to go Julie versus Joe. What's up? It's an Artourage battle.
Don't fuck up.
Ready,
You
sound
can
guy?
fuck up, but he can't.
You can see him at... No.
Early in the morning, rising to the street.
No, not team name.
That cigarette.
It's bottoms
and
up.
us.
Hashtag bottoms up or
You're on hashtag DDP Live. Respect it.
But
Answer.
really?
Oh, it's Sublime and What I Got.
That's perfect. You can see the cover band at Fresno Taco Fest October 21st. 2 points for Team Bottoms Up.
You had one fucking job.
There you go.
How does
I really had one job.
Oh, Kyle, you're already on it. Good job. I gave you Kyle. Next one.
Riot.
No. That's also my fault. We're going Art, and let's go Joe this time.
They're on the same team.
Let's go Art and Julie. Art and Julie. Here you go.
Hello. I've waited here for you.
Don't shoot.
And now it all makes sense.
I should have said pull out. Pull out.
Answer.
Foo Fighters, Everlong.
2 points for don't shoot.
Dang it.
All right, next one. Here we go.
You're fucking with the promoter. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
In this case, I'm sorry.
If I fuck with you hard enough, will you go back into your cave for 2 years?
What?
I'll give I'll give you all access.
Yeah, is that, can we get some tickets out of it?
Hello, fiance sitting here.
My name is Sully.
Should host the show.
I landed a plane on the drummer of. Never mind.
Oh, man, you're
joke with a dead end.
Yeah, my bad. Here we go. We go Art and Julie
again.
Oh, I'm sorry. We go Kenneth and Joe. Whatever.
Yay.
Don't. I'm drunk. Fuck the host.
She eyes me like a Pisces when I'm weak. I've been locked inside your heart-shaped box for weeks.
Don't shoot.
Oh my God! He just said it.
Nirvana, heart-shaped box.
2 points. Team don't shoot.
Dang, taking that lead.
Oh my gosh.
Let's mix it up. Well, we'll go back down. Art, Kenneth.
Great.
Hey, Big Red. Let's figure out how to do this. Don't suck so much. Just try not to be an asshole.
Just focus.
Here we go.
In the time of chimpanzees, I was a monkey. Butane in my veins. So I'm out to cut the junkie with the plastic eyeballs.
This hurts.
Spray paint the vegetables. Dog food stalls with the beefcake pantyhose.
How long
Kill
does this go?
the headlights and put them in neutral. Stock car flaming with a loser and the cruise control. Babies in Reno with the vitamin D.
God damn it, nothing?
I don't know.
With the vitamin D, yo.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I didn't know it was going to play a game. I wouldn't drink it so much.
Oh, you guys are going to be so sad. That is Beck and Loser.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and of course, Kenneth was playing that round. So we'll go to Julie and Joe. Heads up on this one.
Like the latest fashion, like a spreading disease, the kids are strapping on their way to the classroom, getting weapons with the greatest of ease. The gangs stake their own campus local, and if they catch you slipping, then it's all over, pal. If one guy's colors and the other guy's don't mix, they're gonna bash it up. Bash it up. Bash it up. Bash it.
I got 20 more seconds.
Up.
Come on.
Hey, man, you talking back to me? Take them out. You gotta keep separated. Hey, man.
Oh, we have it. We have it. We have it.
Me. Take them out. You gotta keep them separated.
All right. You took your hand off the piece.
What's the answer?
It's offspring. Oh shoot!
No, that's the other team. Don't
We'll take the credit.
Still works.
Self-esteem.
No,
No, it's not.
No, for the win, Joe, can you pull on the...
Nope. I'm not even going to try to lie.
Oh. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is Offspring Come Out and Play. We're giving a point to a team. I'm sorry, what's your team? Bottoms up.
Bottoms
Cool.
up. You're like running the whole thing. Wait, what's your team name?
I know, right?
And at this point right here, we're pausing because our system just crashed, but we're recording
so the
still.
system just went bottoms up?
Yeah. Give it a second. Give it a second.
Should have pulled out.
Laughing while everything's in shambles.
Stand by. We got this going.
Well, for the listeners of the podcast, it's like behind the scenes stuff, right?
No one's hearing right now.
Oh no.
Are they watching?
No.
Nope.
No, everything just
The cameras
died.
are off.
Oh man, I can't do this if the cameras aren't on.
Or can you?
What the fuck, man?
It's the
That
pressure
sucks.
that keeps me hard, all right?
Oh no, you're starting to sound like Dowdy.
He's becoming my minion.
No.
I'm okay with that. No, yes, I'm infectious. I'm kind of like herpes.
You're kind of like.
Well, didn't we just come up with?
You're kind of like Dowdrtourage. Yeah. I got a huge clump of Dowdrtourage on my left testicle, right, Ken?
No, it's more like what
I
happened
had to
to you?
lance
We haven't seen you in a few weeks. Oh, I had the Dowdrtourage.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go get a shot.
Appreciate
and a
the
cream.
funniness of that.
Uh-huh.
But then again, that's the person that I go home with.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry about that.
The fiance, and
that's where his legacy is gonna lie. Everyone's gonna remember the podcast. Yeah,
they're all gonna stand there and look at her and go, "Does she have it?"
I realized tonight all the Dowdy jokes, all the Dowdy STD things.
Yeah.
Fuck damn it, Dowdy's gonna be my last name.
Is she patient zero?
Can I just keep my last name?
Hyphens. That's what hyphens are. That's what hyphens are made for.
All right, here we go.
I'm a hyphen.
We're restarting.
I'm gonna go.
Are we back up?
When I die.
We're gonna do all 5 segments again.
We're going to reset the entire show. Corey Feldman is coming on next. For those who are watching live, yes, we had a crash on the system, but we are back live now. And Team Bottoms Up took the point. Where does that put us? I wasn't keeping track.
It was
We're
the
at
government.
3. Well,
6-3? Sure.
6-3. Because I got the band, I fucked up on the song.
That's true, and you know we do live in a world where we have like
it happens a lot.
Fake voters and stuff like that.
One.
So
Yeah, thank you.
Fake accounts.
Okay. Donald Trump wants
Fake
this to be the next one. It's going to be Art and Kenneth.
Well, hope you enjoy the point, Art.
Can we phone a friend?
I want to train. I want to train myself.
Okay, I'm picking a song because I know Art's going to get this. It's his love.
I swear to God, it's Alien Farm.
I'm packed, and I'm smiling. She's leaving. She's golden, and she lives for me. She says she lives for me. Ovation.
It's killing you guys.
She's got her own motivation. She comes round and she goes down on me, and I make her smile. It's like a drug for you. Do you ever what you want to do?
You guys
coming
are gonna be
over
so
you.
mad.
I actually like listening to it.
Yeah. It's hard not to focus
You
on
forgot
Christopher
it was a
Walken.
game.
Yeah, it's like this is actually pretty cool.
Nothing? Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charmed Life.
Yay.
So we go Julie, Kenneth.
We're on the same team.
Julie, Art. The Art Keeper. The Art. Heads up. Here we go. Why don't you do Art Hop? I'm just saying, like
I can stand up and hop if you want me to.
Okay.
It's too on the nose.
But play it, man. It's Fresno. We like low hanging fruit. Here we go. Here's the song.
Today is gonna be the day. They're gonna throw
Connie's
it
wet right now.
back
Oh,
to you.
Don't shoot.
By now,
Team Don't Shoot.
It's show some how we alive.
No, he's taking too long.
Oasis. Wonderwall.
feels.
Ding, 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 motherfucker.
Like,
you got it.
He went all the way through the entire song
Actually,
until he got to
dude, I was singing in my head. 'Cause
Wonderwall.
Actually, I love that song.
Teams for Don't Shoot or Point. God, it's 8-3. This is
Really?
not
This is
looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
I think we can call.
Look, we're
I
calling it
think
at
it's-
10.
I
We're
think-
calling it at 10. So that means
Participation.
Kenneth has to take a victory over
Oh,
Julie.
we're gone. We're done.
Implementing the mercy rule. You got to win it.
Remember, this is a guy who gets swollen nuts by a flea. So,
Like, really?
Ouch.
He's got a clump of Dowdrtourage or
Aw.
Dowdrtourage.
I
There it
send you
is.
guys to hell. It already has a name. What I had, so it's
here's
good.
the song.
It's called The Herps.
Hashtag the herbs.
When you were here before, I couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin, it makes me cry. You float like a feather.
Okay, we're just going to do bottoms up.
Beautiful.
Bottoms up! What do you got?
I don't
know. So
Radiohead
special.
Bottoms up takes 2 points. Wait, I'm lost. No, you're bottoms up. So yeah, 2 points.
Yeah.
2 points.
He took away.
That works.
Wait, they just paid each other.
Is that Common Core?
That's what happens when you don't actually pay employees. All right. Then we go Art. We go Joe. And we go for the win.
It's cool. It's cool.
I'm sorry, we're going to go Art. Whatever, this show is what it is. We had Corey Feldman on. I'm happy. Also, fuck Tully and
Fangirl.
Or Amric. Sorry, my bad. Art and Kenneth.
Art. He's like, I want to end this.
That's like
game. Let's make
at
it
the
Art
house.
and Kenneth.
No. Let's help bottoms up. Because the best bottom I know is Cuddy. So it's Art versus Cuddy right now on the spot.
I can't argue with that.
Call in, tagged in. Let's do it. Here it is.
Is this real life?
Oh, come on!
Is this
Yes.
just fantasy?
Uh-huh.
Caught in a landslide, no escape.
Bombs up.
Reality.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes. Stop
Open your
playing.
She's tagged in.
That's not legal.
I need no sympathy.
This is not fair.
Because
The
I'm
one
easy
knows-
come.
Stop! You're cheating.
Easy go, a little high,
Say something?
little low.
I know it too.
He cannot.
Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me.
Cuddy and Art. What's happening?
Mama, just kill the man.
My
Put a
bride.
gun against his
my
head.
God.
Put a trigger.
Come on.
It's you versus Art
Now
right
he's
now.
dead.
Oh, wait,
No.
don't shoot.
It was
Mama.
them.
Don't shoot.
Don't
it's
shoot.
You. You're on our team.
Wait.
No. Yes, you are.
I was not
Say it,
playing
Art.
this entire
I
time.
just tagged you in.
You got tagged in. That's why he
Bohemian
couldn't say it.
Fuck that. I'm
what
not
is it?
taggable.
I didn't even catch that.
That's messed up that we won. Because he's...
Como te way, señores? Art, you said what?
Bohemian by Queen.
Bohemian
Rhapsody
by Queen. Go ahead and play a little bit more. No, it's already over.
Am I wrong or right?
The win.
Like, I had
Don't
it at the
shoot.
first
Takes
word.
take. Oh, God damn it. Kyle, just hit the music to go to the segment. The winners are Team Don't Shoot.
Pull out.
Because, protests,
Team pull
right?
out.
We're going to take a quick break. We are going to come back. We got the Dowdies. The awards given out, and I named them after myself because I had to, because no one's ever going to give me one. It is still named after a retarded kid. So I'm pretty much a Break the Barriers membership. And that's what's coming up next. We're going to talk about best hashtags, best moments, wrap up the show, talk about tickets, how to get them, what to do. It's all coming up here next. Hashtag DDP Live here, live on Longbox.FM. This is not a go outside
Anthony.
Give it to me?
Yes, my one. My one and only. I totally didn't realize you tagged me in.
Yeah, well, you messed
So
it. You really ruined it for them.
I was enjoying it. I'm like, haha, yeah. Oh,
You messed up, babe. You really
fired
should've been.
from
So
our
it's
team.
Jesus
you
himself?
suck.
I know. And you're marrying me.
It's Jesus himself?
It's Gotti. Can
No, I'm
you say
saying
it
the
right?
hashtag.
What's happening?
Yes.
Why isn't that
Yes.
firing?
It's Jesus himself.
Yeah.
No. Why isn't it firing there? I don't
Dowdy said it as a verb. He should just Jesus himself.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go.
know. Hit it.
Yeah.
No.
We're coming back to the break.
Go
with
back
this.
to.
No, wait.
God damn it.
I grew up Catholic. That's probably not okay.
Notifications. We have 21 notifications.
Can I go get a splash of that?
No.
Wow.
Damn.
What's so funny?
He just put on his dad voice.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
Hey, Kenneth.
No, you take them.
Kenneth.
After the last time, come up back.
Dowdrtourage.
I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Whoa. Just go bring the bottle. Can you see that?
Just go bring the bottle.
Jesus. Just bring the whole thing.
You're gonna put your straw on the bottle and just go for it?
Yeah.
That's how we end the show. It's the Dowdies, complete with Kenneth's fatting on stage. And your balls are swollen. And thanks for coming in tonight, man. I really appreciate you being here, especially after getting herpes from meth-addicted women. And being in a VA hospital situation where they don't care. They just poke needles into you and your nuts got as big as a cantaloupe. That's my safe word, and now we go on to the show. Thanks for everyone for listening and hanging out tonight. Dude, phenomenal.
Sorry.
What? Oh, no, yeah, Cardi really blew it. She just ruined that last segment. That was all her.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Yeah. She got tagged in.
She got tagged in, and she was like, "No."
This is a girl who walks into walls.
Hey, accidents happen
all the time.
Those
They
fucking
pop
walls
out
jump
of
out all the
nowhere.
time.
Okay, if we're
They
gonna go
pop out of nowhere.
Okay, Art, we got real. We got deep with you tonight. We got real and deep with Corey Feldman, and let me go real and deep with Cuddy.
Have you
What
already?
kind of show are we?
Are you even capable of that?
That's why I use my voice. I know, Cuddy. I know she has her moments when I hear, "Oh no." That usually means that she took her pinky toe into something, or walked into a wall, or she's just a klutz. She's.
I wasn't before I met you, so I completely blame you.
Okay, that's cool. Let's talk about tonight's show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Anthony.
Yeah.
We're not handing it off. I'm going to let you run this tonight. You want
right.
to take Big Boy place?
That's fine.
And you're going to stand next to Big Boy?
That's all right.
I'm
going to do it right in front of him.
We have the Tardies and... the Dowdies. The Dowdies. No, we're trying to be politically correct.
It's no longer that show.
So, hey, Riley.
I'm triggered.
And triggered. I
Thank
can't
you.
use the music that I normally use because, YouTube, hashtag #FYouTube, sucks. So we go with this. There you go.
What a great background noise. Going back to it, we're going to start off with hashtags of the night. I'm going to start off with the best one. It's going to be hashtag secondhand Corey.
Really, real quick, thank you, Anya, for listening. I know you're Russian, and stand up and be proud. Go ahead.
Going back, secondhand Corey. That was just so great.
That was a mic drop.
Like you said, dropping the mic.
That was a.
Let's
I
give
applaud
another
Corey
hand.
Feldman for that one.
He's on a lot of these awards, so you know.
It's a classic clap.
The classic.
yeah, golf clap. Oh, over the hand. I've never
Over
seen
the
that.
hand.
Yes.
That's white
wow.
people clap.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rich white.
Yes, I'm better than all of you.
Okay. So
I have a job, not Tully.
Not your bank account.
wow.
Hey, I hate spoilers. All right? Stop. God.
I gotta make a trailer video for this week.
Sound guy, can you cut his mic?
Dang, executive decisions. Going back to it, going down to, was it Dowdrtourage?
Dowdrtourage.
I can never say it right.
Dowdrtourage.
Maybe I have Dowdrtourage. That's
I
why
don't
can't
think
say it.
anybody ever wants
It's a syndrome.
to say it right.
I got
it's not a
Dowdrtourage
mental
syndrome.
It sounds like something you get on your balls.
Yeah, it's something that a flea
It's a
gives
genetic
you.
disorder.
No,
It's something
it's
that's transmitted by fleas.
No,
And if you're a girl, very, very
you're born
embarrassing.
with it. Like, I got Dowdrtourage, and so now I'm a guy who's on the video trying to tell you how you gotta make sure to donate certain dollars to
So
Sarah
what's up with
McLachlan.
muting that mic?
Is there a going to hell award?
Yeah.
Don't worry. He's a little
I'm
bit more on
fighting
the
for
list.
my awards tonight.
Yeah, don't worry. You're gonna take home a lot of them. So
Dowdy
The shooter in Las Vegas did it right.
no, that was bad.
I just want to cover everything.
Don't do it. That was
Dowdy
bad.
runs the ferry.
Yeah.
Go to hell.
Holy shit.
I grabbed the other mic.
God damn it!
Moving
Continue.
on to best joke. I think Cotty's ain't got no minutes. Oh man, that was great. That had me in stitches.
Stitches get snitches.
How do you still have a mic?
Not from you.
I've got 12 mics sitting under this table, man. I'm just ready to go.
And then just moving on, just a worst person, or just worst in general. This is where Dowdy really takes it home. Chris's British accent was just...
That's fantastic, mate.
Do Irish
Stop. Just stop.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Your son does it better. And he's 7.
That's...
Whoa.
I have born and raised a Jesus. He's going to do it better.
Oh, actually, speaking of Jesus, going back to one of the hashtags of the night, I think the way Chris used this one about Jamie Jesusing himself.
Yep.
Hashtag Jesus himself.
Yeah, Dowdy made that a verb.
Yeah, so now you gotta.
No, you did because I did heroin.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Really?
Yeah. No, we're doing that.
So.
Keep going.
Keeping it on the worst. I'm gonna say Emmerich and Tully took that award too. So we're handing that all out.
Oh, the Dick Bag Award for the night.
So for honorable mention, I'm gonna first start with Weed and Beer. For getting Art over here to come out and really speak his mind. Something I'm assuming he's been feeling
drugged.
like this. We call it the truth serum, right?
Seriously, it's all fucking planned out. I fucking hate all you guys too.
No, you
I take
don't.
it. But do you have tickets? Can I get into the show?
I guess so. Okay. I don't have to that
That's why I gave you the award, just so you know.
What is my word?
Where are his tickets?
You get this American.
America.
It's an American flag lighter.
American.
Ooh.
And to hand this off.
Hey, now give a little to everyone. Everyone's got to have a little bit now.
Why? I mean, seriously. If America had an anthem like this, I'd be totally American. Like, Colin Kaepernick would still be quarterbacking somewhere. But in Russia, you got it down. You know what you're doing.
I feel like I need a flag just, waving.
Well, you've got a lighter. It's right there.
No, I'm not trying to start a fire.
We're not protesting, all right?
We don't have insurance. No insurance.
All right. Who's the MVP?
Well, I'm still one last honorable mention. The Tourage. Being here, coming out and supporting Art. Being his legal counsel.
Dude,
you guys are great.
I couldn't do it without these guys. Honestly,
exactly right.
I honestly couldn't do it.
Well, tell us.
You got to give them.
Tell us the last.
Too.
What did we do?
And Ernie's for not being here.
And the MVP of the night.
I know.
Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about the Artourage.
Oh, well, basically, it's just... Artourage is a group of friends, Yeah, so it's basically just a group of friends doing something...
That didn't go the way I wanted.
What are we trying to do? Some more shit out of me?
Yeah. Tell me
what's your social? I mean...
hit up the final plugs. The big show. The big one that you're talking about. October 13th. And I say big one because I'm actually hosting it. So it's
I thought you were talking about my pants.
Oh, wow. Well, after the show.
Big one.
We'll bring the 3D camera outside for that.
Yeah.
You have to zoom in hella.
Dowdy specializes
All right.
in
I'm going to cut. Art, you've had too much fun. Julie, give us the plugs on Artourage.
Yeah, please do.
What is it?
Plug it.
Plug it. Local music.
Where can we find you?
You can find us online at www.theartourage.com. Our Facebook page. We do have a Twitter account that someone's supposed to be
tweet it.
I lag on it really.
So you got to tweet it.
Yeah.
Basically everything Artourage is, / follow.
Just
We're
Google
everywhere.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Right? That's what we got. We're gonna end the show. I do want to say, and in the sense of the terrible tragedies that we have had in America in the last couple days, we need to make mention that fuck Tully and Amric and Definitive Productions, and make sure that understand that they're actually the shooters. They're the bad people who've done everything wrong. Yeah, I went really deep, and I don't care. No, you know what? Don't be an asshole in the valley. Do things right. And if you get on the radar, I'm not saying that I'm big, but I'm stupid enough that I'll go all in. My mic sounds weird, and I'm going to end this show tonight with that. That and one more time just because I needed it.
Oh, hey, I'm a pedophile. I need help.
And thank you, Anthony, for that. This is Dowdy with everyone here. Thanks, Art, for coming in and bearing your soul, doing your thing. And thanks, Joe, for sitting there and looking beautiful.
That's literally like my one job.
You like
he has highlights.
You've done it well.
That looks
like
cool.
horse shampoo or like it gives that
It's
that
like
bright.
really salon quality.
At all of our shows, you'll see it like
I wanna
that,
say
and
it's
then he has
something
the guns
else.
rocking out.
I want to say something about Julie.
You got that.
Thanks, everyone. I'm saying
I'm
word.
Like, Joe, you
Word.
rocking the gun.
Word.
I had a hard clock, man.
So backstory: my boss's sister-in-law was actually at the shooting.
I'm an asshole.
Yeah. and the sister like was crawling over dead bodies and hiding under them.
No,
So you're a dick.
That's kind of.
That's what everybody's saying.
So
they're on a delay.
Hello?
DDP Live aren't necessarily
Can you
those
block
of
it right
staff.
there?
This is Dowdy.
If you have been offended in
What
any
you
way
got?
during this presentation, you should
Oh,
have turned
thanks
it
for
off.
admitting your identity.
Yeah,
Welcome to
this is
court.
This is a presentation of Longbox.FM.
You've just been served.
Nerdy Ernie? Hold on a second. Headphones up.
Oh.
Let this, we got 17 seconds. Nerdy Ernie, I gotta put you on hold for a second. Stand by.
Okay.
Let it play, let it play, let it play, let it play. Automate off, good job. And fire. Oh. Nerdy Ernie, what's up?
Encore.
How's it going?
What?
How's it going, everybody?
It's going really good.
Hey.
Thanks, man. Like that enthusiasm.
I know you guys remember me.
Are you the one that I bought the meth from? Because I had a bad night?
Or the girl Kenneth banged.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you bought weed from me. I think I remember. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
Okay. So I got a question.
Either I probably gave you the wrong shit, or I probably gave you the wrong bag.
I don't know who you are and what's going on, but I'm gonna fuck with this. I'm gonna have some fun. Okay, you've taken a moment.
This is Nerdy Ernie from Nerd Entertainment. I think you remember me.
You have your hands up old man's asses, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What do you got to say, CJ? I called you out. Boo.
Love you, CJ.
What's up, Matt? What's up, Cody? What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Doing good. We want to take a picture in peace, so hit it up real quick.
What did they end up seeing if when you guys are gonna get that ticket hookup?
Hey, when's the show? Where's it at? Oh, yeah, by the way.
CJ, I just got to say, man, you should listen to the entire show.
Maybe I should. I just got off work, man.
Tell you what, I'm going to work a deal for Art with you right now to get you tickets. This is how I'm going to do it. You need to hand out 50 flyers and take pictures of 20 of them. Okay? And then you're into the show.
Not 20 of the flyers, 20 of the people that you give the
locations.
flyers.
Yes.
Hey, man, send me all the information. I'll do it for you, man. I got you.
All right, I got you. CJ, you're doing it. You're going to work for Art, and you're going to get in the show. Just because you said something really stupid and you should listen the entire show. I'm sorry, dude. I got to call it like that.
Dude, I got all the info from Salem, and he was like, hey, dude, call in, they're giving away Corey Feldman tickets. I was like, what? Let's do this.
Yeah, dude, we saw you.
All right, man, we're gonna bounce because we want to actually drink and eat some of the platter that Cody gave us. There's meats and cheeses.
I went fancy with it.
You spent like $9 on this crew tonight.
No, it's more like 20.
Okay, we're bouncing. Thanks, man.
Bye.
All right, no problem, Chris. See you guys later.
Bye.
Okay, the show is actually over now.
God, every time I'm gonna say bye now, I'm always gonna think bye.
Bye. Let me get a picture. Everyone up. Get the automate. Okay.
I really have to go pee though.
I can't go. So what's up to hook up on the tickets? Oh, God, dude.
You've been watching hashtag DDP Live on Longbox.FM. The opinions expressed on hashtag DDP Live aren't necessarily those of staff, management, or sponsors of Longbox.FM. If you have been offended in any way during this presentation,
not trying to be aware.
No, because he came in with
DDP Live is a presentation of Longbox.FM.
Yeah, but it's CJ.
I was waiting for a stroll.
But it's CJ.
Alright, let's line up. Well,
he does
By the way, the camera's still recording up here. And let me just say this, because we've got to keep things quiet, secret. Fuck Tully, fuck Amric. There you go. Okay, let's do the picture.
What are they called? The
Nerd Entertainment.
Yes, but the puppets.
They're called puppets.
They're not. No, marionettes or something else.
Bert and Ernie?
Dummies? No, like.
Oh, no. Tully and Amric.
Oh, I don't. They're like, kind of like Sesame Street.
Come on in, guys. Let's do this.
Marionettes? No, those are. No.
Line
That's
up.
I'm drunk.
Fraggle Rock.
I love that shit. Alright, hold on, one. Alright, we gotta get
Can't
this.
discuss walnuts.
We gotta get this out of the background real quick. Hold on.
Can you please hurry?
No, we're good. Go with it.
I think I accidentally put my butt on somebody.
And she's gonna pee herself.
That makes me feel funny.
That makes me feel funny.